Yeah. Again, I don't know if I'm live, but let me know if I'm live. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Let me know, man. Let me know if you can hear me, and then we can begin. You know what I'm saying? Happy Saturday, happy bank holiday weekend. This is me and my new bald head. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to get used to, man. I feel like a convict actually, but anyway, yeah. I feel completely different. Well, I look completely different anyway. Don't know about the feeling, but yeah, let me know. Just leave something in the chat. Anyone just to say, yeah, you can hear me loud and clear. I never like waffling to nobody. Do you know what I mean? Um, can you hear me? Okay, okay. I think we can. I think people are hearing me. What's up, Will D? What's going on? Hope you're good. People starting to come in. What's up? What's up, Leslie? How's it going, man? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, man. It's been a couple of weeks. I look good. Oh, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. It's a new change. It's something. This is about new beginnings, new changes, right? New things to bring into your life, new experiences, new fears, because you haven't had some of these changes. One of them being my bald head. So yeah, man, if you haven't seen a video, I put a video just saying my hair was receding. I mean, people noticed it on the videos. You know when I really noticed it? I noticed it one of my like on shorts. You know when you look in the mirror, you kind of see yourself as something. But when you look at one of the shorts, man, I'm like, yo, man, the hairline's going way back here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, do you know what I mean? It's getting ridiculous. Like, and the amount of things I had to do to preserve it, I had to use all these to preserve that hairline, receding hairline. All the little chemicals, the little fiber sprays, all these kind of things. Leaving dark patches on the pillows. You know I'm honest with it. You know I'm real with it. All that kind of stuff, man. It got so bad. Yeah, I was so conscious of the rain. Like I knew if the rain comes, like it might be peak. Like you might start seeing stuff drop down my head. So I had to be careful. Like I'm saying, I had to so many things I had to think of. It's kind of freeing just to go bald. Like, got the slap head here. I did a shave. There's a few hairs here. I did a shave. I have to do a shave every 3 days because my hair around grows really quick. But just there, that it doesn't grow. And obviously the hairline, it doesn't go there. So but the hair grows around there real quick. So yeah, man. And yeah, less maintenance. Hopefully so, man. We'll see. Hopefully, you know what? Yeah, I guess so. I get it is going to be less maintenance. I ain't got to buy them blimmin' black hairsprays and all this kind of stuff like so. But yeah, man. Anyway, hopefully everyone's good, man. It's been a couple of weeks. I was in Hungary. You're gonna see a video of that coming out soon. I was in Hungary. My partner's from Hungary, so we went up to Hungary, and then we went up to Bosnia. We started in Croatia, I think, yeah, because Croatia's the closest sort of airport, and then from there drove to Hungary, and then Hungary to Bosnia. Man, those countries make the UK seem. Listen, if I can get the language patterned up, man, I would be thinking about like really seriously contemplating living there. Like you can literally, if you can work right, if you can work, and a lot of nomads do this. Like, you call them digital nomads. I heard this term the other day. If you can work remotely, have a UK job, but then go to Europe and live in places like that, the money like you spend on meals and stuff, you'll see in the videos I put out, but you're getting so much for next to nothing, man. Like literally, you can live like a king. That's why a lot of people are leaving the UK and going to different places. I've noticed that. That's a big thing. Um, what's that? Yeah, a few extra quid in your pocket now. You're maintaining your hair. Nah, not eat. Well, yeah. I guess with the fibers and stuff. But I used to cut my hair myself. I stopped going to the barbers, man. You know what stopped me going for the barbers? One, like I always found the barbers awkward. Like you got a guy and you got to make conversation. I don't really like the small talk all the time, and then it's like 20 quid. I'm like, there's hardly anything to cut here. You're charging me 20 quid. Sometimes it would be 25, depending if it's a different person. But then, like, I remember he was trying to do my hairline. He's like, well, where do I start from, bro? Like, and I was just like, yeah, this is ridiculous, man. I might as well do it myself. I spoke to my friend's cousin. And he told me about cutting hair and stuff like that. So I started maintaining myself anyway. But I'm happy. So that was a new thing that I did. Also, I'm gonna get into the work and how the new job is and getting a new job. But let me just go over the things that I knew. So um, I was a vegan before. Started eating fish again, man. I started eating fish. I had dreams about seafood. I had dreams about baby octopus, olives, oyster mushrooms, all sorts. Like my mum used to make a banging dish like that. I had dreams about that when I was in holiday, and the way my body was, I was getting a lot of pains in my stomach and things like this. I just felt it's been 10 years since I stopped eating fish. I just thought I'm gonna go back to eating fish, man. So yeah, man, I'm eating fish now. Just had a saltfish sauce today, which is a Grenadian slash Trinidadian dish. I think Trinidadian, not sure, but definitely Grenadian, where it's like a salad with saltfish sauce. Man, I've been having baby octopus. I've been having squid, fried snapper, baked salmon, all sorts, man. Yeah, and I I ain't missed anything. Like, I have missed it, but yeah, I haven't missed a beat in regards to eating fish. Anytime I go into, also sushi as well. Anytime I go to these shops, I'm just getting my hands on fish, man. I just feel, and once I've done that, I've been doing that. I feel better in myself. My stomach feels better, so that's new as well. We're gonna start talking about the work stuff because I really want to share some stuff. But let's go for your comments. Arsenal in the Women's Champions League final. I mean, that's all good, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't follow the women's football like that. Um, I want to try to get my daughter into football, so maybe one time I will. But I don't really follow. Like, if they won, I'm just being really honest with you, and it's not like a sexist thing or anything. But if they won the Champions League, I mean, it's great for them. I'm really pleased for them, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Do you know what I mean? For me, anyway. Um, and I don't even want to talk about Arsenal. Chi, what is going on, man? So I'm late, can't stay. I got a date. Okay, come on. My first date in 20 years. Catch you next week. Yo, you know what? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. You got a date. This could be a new beginning of a beautiful relationship for you, Chi. So don't ever apologize, man. Good luck. I want to know what happened in your date. So please leave it. You can leave me a comment or email me. I just love to know what happened. I'm sure the community love to know as well. So good luck on that. Um, what's that? Island Spice vegan cuisine. You fish. Yeah, man. I was a vegan for a long time, but my body just needed it. Basically, I've had these issues. I went to the doctors. I found out I've high cholesterol. I've never had these issues before. And I think my diet, I was putting on a lot of weight. Even the videos and stuff I took when I was in Hungary and stuff like this. Again, you'll see it in the upcoming videos next week. You'll see the vlog of Hungary and whatnot. I look big in that, man. Like, I've put on weight. They love to feed you over there, but I've been feeding myself anyway. So I put there. I got high cholesterol, so I've been really trying to go on a diet, and I believe that fish will help me do this, and it's just making me feel better. So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it. But let me go into this, man. Let me just have a drink. I've been having a lot of tea lately, man. So I've got my PG tips. This is something I've been doing since I've gone like older now. I seem to be into this tea. So we've got here Tetley's. We've got Tetley's, sorry. Tetley's tea, oat milk. Yo, this is the one. It's like a crave tea. And let me get my water. And then I'll begin with this new job and the feelings that I felt, sorry. So so let me just start off by this with this new job. I put out a video talking about last week. Shout out to anyone that's seen it. But I was talking about work and they shouldn't make you feel a certain way, shouldn't control your mood set going to a new job. And the reason thank you, Alice, but I love you too, man. Love you too. Thank you very much. Love that. Um what was I say? The reason I felt that because I was letting the new job affect me. So all these videos I've been putting out about, yeah, left my new job, to hell with them. That's it for me, it's all great. But then I started thinking, okay, gone on this holidays, enjoying myself. Then the holiday went so quick. That's why I did that video on time. It was very timely to do a video about time. And then the job, it was like, oh, 4 more days and I start work again, the new job. And I was like, I'll be honest with you guys. Let me be brutally honest with you. I don't think I've recovered fully from my previous job. Now, what I mean by that, I think I was damaged. It's like going from a toxic relationship. You don't break up with you don't. Once you break up, once you leave, you go to another relationship, and then that ends up bad because your toxicity, whatever, in that relationship. You jump into another one. I feel I've been carrying this baggage, but I can't just have a break like in a relationship because you need to pay bills. But I don't think I've truly healed. Like my confidence, design wise, I've noticed has really gone down. Um, I don't feel the same oomph or the same. I used to have a little pimp in my step. I used to feel like, yo, man, I'll come from this background and that background. Let me show you how we do it, kind of thing. That was gone. So I was really nervous about starting this new job because I thought I need to prove myself again. I need to show them, like, it's all good getting a job, but then they're giving you the contract. It's like in football. You've got to show why they're paying you the money. I've got to produce it. And I was really worried about that. Producing. Will I flop? I had what do you call it? Imposter syndrome. I started thinking, am I an imposter? Should I be a designer? Will I go there and then they have the same issues or say the same things that my last manager said, which means it's me. Like I had all these thoughts coming from my head. What if the manager is awful? What if the team are awful? Then I was like, what if they don't like me? I had the whole what I didn't like because I had what if they don't like me more than what if I don't like them. And that's how I want to change because I need to put myself first in my feelings about they need to be on a right fit for me. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm there going, oh, how do I fit in? Say maybe they don't like me, they don't like the way I look, they don't like the way I talk, they don't like the way I design. You know what I mean? It's yeah, I had a lot of that going on. Um I used to work in a toxic working environment and got the dread of feeling every Sunday. Yeah, I didn't have it this Sunday. I was gonna have that, then I thought, nah, to hell with it. I'm not gonna watch depressing movies. I'm not gonna listen to depressing music. I'm not gonna be in a mood with my family because of this new job. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let it affect me. But I still had the fears. I had the fears of this. So Monday comes, man, I can't sleep. I wake up early as early, like I woke up at 5, just lying there. My alarm's supposed to go off at 6:30. I'm waking up just there, paralyzed in my bed, thinking, all right, this is the first day. The first day. Like, why does this feeling never go? Like the first day of school. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, I get there nice and early. Um, yeah, I get there nice and early. Let me just read this because this is true. Code dev. I don't think imposter syndrome ever leaves you, no matter your profession. I don't think it does. I always have this imposter syndrome. So anyway, yeah, I always have that. I always have that feeling that am I enough? And I can never get rid of that. And I thought when you get older, that goes. I was always thought, oh, when you get older, you just don't care as much. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like that, but in other times I feel like I care a lot more than I used to. So anyway, I'm going to work and I'm on the tube there. I'm not even listening to music, man. I'm just there, like, just I feel sick in my stomach. Like they're thinking, oh gosh, this is it. This is all that crap, all that smack I talked about. Yeah, leave my old job, gonna get into this new job now. Oh, I can't wait. To hell with them. Now I've got new beginnings. Man, this is it. I'm going, No, what am I saying? That was Tuesday. Sorry, I'm sorry. That was Tuesday. That was the first I went in on Tuesday. Monday is my first day because what it is, you work from home on a Monday, Monday, and a Wednesday and a Friday. It's only 2 days to go into the office. So let me start again. Sorry. So Monday was my first day, but I'm working from home, which is a lot easier. But anyway, yeah. So Monday, I had the call. They give you all this information, man, all this onboarding, the brand guidelines. Like everyone's sort of messaging me, and like they've got this chat system that they're using, which I never heard of. I'm used to Teams, but they're using something else. And everyone's sort of messaging me, going, "Welcome, welcome, welcome, MJ, welcome. Oh, nice to have you. Oh, we've got a design. Oh, we can't wait to utilize you. Oh, you've been needed for a while. Oh, welcome." Like all these notifications, and I'm like, I'm trying to go into them, trying to understand what this program is, trying to reply with smiley face, thanks, like happy to be here, like, and I'm like, you're typing something and you delete it, think, no, that's stupid. How should I say this? Great, happy to be here, guys. And I was like, oh no, do people say guys anymore? Because that might offend people. Like, I'm thinking all these things, man. Like, I'm just overwhelmed. And I have this meeting with my manager, my new manager at 9:30, and I'm just like, whoa, like literally, I was like, I went to get a tea, make a tea. I was shaking. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Already, I'm feeling like, oh, what have I done? Um, Definitely, I would have been more confident if I was younger. But anyway, that's is what it is. But then we have, I get into it. I know someone from this workplace, and he actually helped me to get this job. So, I speak of him. He's been really brilliant this last week or so with me. But anyway, I've been speaking to people, did all the prep work, reading, meetings, all this stuff. But Tuesday is the real day, because Tuesday, that's when you go in. When you meet the people, it's a real day because you're meeting people for the first time. So I go to the office and it's kind of awkward at first. I'm like, hi. And like, I don't know. I think people are kind of like surprised to see me. I feel the way I look. I don't know. But I get that sense because I haven't got any sort of pictures or anything on there of my notification on my icon. But anyway, yeah. And then I realized that the owner of the business, who is a black man actually, sits on the same table as me. So I was like, cool. That's cool. That's gonna be great. Yeah. So anyway, that was the first day. Met loads of people. That thing when they take you around the office, and it's really, I find all these things cringy in it. Like, I just feel like a kid, man. When I go there, like, this is sales. I go there. I was like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, it's like, oh, how was your first day? And I'm like, oh, well, it's good so far, man. And I have this thing that I say, right? This is it's gonna make you laugh. Like, anytime ask me like, how was your first day? How was it so far? Always say this. Always say, "Oh, well, nothing's broken, nothing's been destroyed, I haven't been sacked or anything. So I think it's going all right so far." And that usually gets like a laugh or something. So I'll just say that, man. I just kept saying that to people. That was like my little bar to say. And it usually gets taken all right. Only weirdos where like they take it like, oh gosh, okay, it's embarrassing that you said that you can get sacked. Now it's awkward. That would happen in my old workplace. I'll never say it there. But I kind of sense, there's a couple Kiwis there, people from South Africa, people from New Zealand, people from Australia, India. It's very global. That's the thing I love about it. It's very multicultural, which I love. And there's a lot of men there and a lot of women who are mothers. Now, let me mention why that's important. So the men, as being a man, I can obviously interact with a man. You usually got things to talk about, usually football or the gym or going bald now or just things like this. Like, you can usually find common ground, isn't it, with a man, so you can just strike up a conversation. We actually did, because on that day Tottenham just won the Europa League, so there were some Arsenal fans there and Man United fans, no Tottenham fans, funny enough, and they were like all sort of like reeling from the hurt of the Tottenham's victory. So I kind of powered in. I was like, I kind of intervened. I was like, yeah, I'm suffering too, man. It's crazy, isn't it? And they kind of engaged, and it's like, oh, right, he's a Tottenham fan. Oh, from North London. I came out from North London, and she was like, I'm from North London. There's one woman over there. She's a really nice lady. And another guy, he was from North London. He started walking over. He goes, oh, North London people. Huh? And I was like, yeah, it was your former crew. And that was really cool, man. Welcoming and stuff, right? And so that happened. And but yeah, that the first day went all right, and then the next day I worked from home, and then the Wednesday it was like a launch day for the company, so it's really busy. So people weren't really talking to me, but then there were people talking. And do you ever have that when like people are talking around you and they get all banter and laughing and stuff, and you're just like, you just don't. That happened a lot. You're just there like smiling like you're in on the joke, but you're not. But you just feel awkward not to laugh because everyone else is laughing. It was like when they were talking about the let me give you an example of how it was going when they were talking about the brand and stuff. They were like, one guy was saying, yeah, but what's our KPI saying? Oh yeah, our KPIs are going through the roof. Actually, it's just come out on LinkedIn, and we're actually passing our quota. Right, okay. Should we send stuff to sales to push out? Yeah, we should, but the charts are going to be incredible if we do it on a Wednesday and not on Monday. And they're saying all this stuff, and I'm like looking, yeah, yeah, like I know what the hell they're talking about. You know all these words like KPIs, all these. I know. Wait, KPIs are key. Wait, what's KPIs? Key points of interest. Anyway, I'm not good with the buzzwords, but yeah, they were just saying all these things, man. They were like saying all these terms and stuff like right, if we go in a CRM, if we can reroute the CRM so it can push on schedule it for Thursdays. It's like, oh, we don't want to do what we did last month and schedule it for the Tuesday. And I'm just there like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell people are talking about. It's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, I'm trying to find somewhere I can jump in, right? Because they're like, it's left, right, and I'm just there in the middle, innit? So they must have, what did they say? They said something where it's like, right, we can send it to America as well. So I must have said like, oh, yeah, yeah, the Yanks usually like anything loud and obnoxious, don't they? It goes, and then there was a little, yeah. But anyway, we should, and they continued. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Why did I say that? Yeah, usual stuff that happens with me, innit? I was like, yeah, I shouldn't even have said. Anyway. But it was cool. It was fine because afterwards, the guy that I worked with before, he kind of said, like, "I'm sure you didn't know anything that we were talking about." I was like, "No, I didn't know a thing. I didn't know a thing." So he kind of said, "Yeah, I was like that. You'll get up to speed in it." So I was like, "Cool, man." Um, ah, Key performance indicators. I thought key points of interest. Key performance indicators. Key performance indicators. Okay, cool. Uh, NPC, what's your KPI saying? What's it? Yeah, can we push the CRM for the next video? It's a CRM. Yeah, all these stuff like it's like, yeah, I'm really having trouble with the CRM. I was like, oh right, okay, yeah. Can you upload the H1 on that? Yeah, but if we do that, won't they see it in live view? Yeah, but if we set it to when it's not populating, yeah, okay, and they're doing all that, and I'm just like, and I'm always seem to be like there, like I'm involved in the conversation, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and I'm just nodding, like, yeah, I'm just like that. Yeah. I'm looking at the person talking, and the other guy's talking. I'm looking at him. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just like, get me out of it. Get me out of it. When they're going to talk about design or something. So anyway, so then the last work day, which was a Thursday, no, the last day I was in, which was a Thursday. Yeah, so that was happening. And then they had there was this announcement, like there was like a global announcement, and there's got like 100 staff there. And then like global announcement. And anytime I hear global announcements, I get scared because I've had it's PTSD. The global announcements I've had is usually meant redundancies. So I was like, bro, you're not telling me I've just trained and you're talking like I was like saying, no, please, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Anyway, it weren't that. It was something that was good news. It was good news about the company moving onwards and upwards. So yeah, they were all celebrating. They got the moe out and NPC. You're funny, man. Good nod game. Yeah, I was doing that, man. I was proper, yeah. I was doing all that, like trying to pretend I was in there. Like I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, so I digress. So yeah, so they had it was like the owner of the company. I tell you what, this owner of the company, this is someone that I do admire because like, okay, so it's him and someone else, but they were just saying how they had to open a lot of doors that didn't want to be open to them. And now they're a multi-million company going in the right trajectory. And yeah, man, I was just like, wow, this is like amazing, man. Like the way he was talking about how they started, because they started from humble beginnings. He didn't have anything. It weren't like you weren't born with a silver spoon. It weren't like daddy's company left to him or nothing like that, or mummy's. He built up from the ground up, man. And I was like, yeah, for every entrepreneur, like, I was looking at him like I was like fanboying off it. I was like, wow, wow. And that's the thing. That's the thing I talk about. I'm gonna do a video about. I'm not gonna say what the video's about, but I'm gonna do a video. But basically, I did a video before about black people and just like we don't need to. I don't. I'm not on this making excuses thing. I see so many, not so many, but I see a lot of successful black people around me, man. And I just think the media thing are trying to keep us in a woe is me sort of thing. And yeah, the cards may be dealt not in our favor, but when you see so many examples of people doing so well, and like you see on the Oscars and the catwalks and stuff, so many black people there. I'm like, this is us doing well. Like, stop this woe is me, man. Don't want to hear this handout talk or this can't get nothing. Like, I seen this guy, he's talking, he's like, yo, he's so proud and he's created this thing that people are working for. People actually believe in it. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. I was looking, I was like, this guy was becoming like, he was giving that speech, yeah. He was starting to become my hero. Like, I think he was looking at me a lot, probably because I was the only other black guy there. But I was the only one like really interested. I was like, wow, like you've come from the bottom and you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like you've made it. All the people that probably around him saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And he was saying a thing. He was saying it to a certain extent. And I kind of knew what he was touching on, where the doors had to be kicked down because they had to do a lot harder than other brands. And now look, I was like, yeah, man, I really appreciate that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm that kind of person. The cards may be dealt harder for me, so I work harder. I get more cards. That's my outlook on life. I'm not on this woe is me, little me, because I don't like giving power away to people. I don't like that. I never did. I like to own the power as much as I can. So this guy's a freaking hero. I need to. Like he's on the same table as me, but he's a very busy man and stuff like that. And there was a time he was getting a bit annoyed on a phone call. He's a business owner, so he's like, you hear all these. He goes into the room, which is supposed to be soundproof, but it's not. You can hear him shouting and stuff. But on a good day, like I'd like to speak to him more, man, because this is something that these are kind of people you want to have around you, man. People that are business minded and stuff like this, like successful as well. So all in all, I would say it really taught me. It really taught me the toxic job I was in before. I don't want to bring up my whole workplace, but I have to. Like I was working for a manager that did not know what she was doing. I respected her in the beginning, and I thank her for giving me the opportunity. And I don't like speaking uh, like that of people. But at the same time, she was kind of clueless. If I'm being honest, she was kind of clueless, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And she didn't know. She didn't the way she treated people. It was like I was speaking to my colleague in a new job. And he was like saying to each other, like, "Isn't it funny that we can do some piece of work, animation, whatnot, video. It doesn't take 7 days to do." And we was referring to what was happening back in my workplace, basically, without saying it. And it was a lot of the stuff. And it was like, you didn't motivate us like this. You didn't rally the troops like this. Maybe the beginning that was happening, but then after redundancy, she kind of, I think something died in her and it died in the company. Um, yeah, it just shows you how well you can manage without, by knowing what you're doing, without being toxic, without breeding a toxic nature, about making people nervous to come in, about making everything was so quiet because people are scared to make one wrong move, or you sense that she was angry and that was reverberating around the office. All that kind of stuff. That's not how you breed the right work culture. That's not how you breed a culture that's content to work hard and to do the best they can. And that's the problem. I've said this a lot, and it needs to be really pushed out. Just because someone is very good and knows the brand inside out and can tell you everything about the brand doesn't mean they should be managers. It does not mean they should be a manager. Being a manager takes a lot of skill. You need to be a people's person. You need to know how to get people to work for you without being a taskmaster. You need to know how not to be to create a dictatorship, or to be a, which was happening to me, to be a micromanager. She was literally, you've seen that meme where the person, like the client's behind the person, like moving the hand on the mouse, like to where it needs to move. Literally like that, man. She was a micromanager who didn't trust anything I did, right? But let me give you an example. So I did a piece of work, me still being kind of nervous of my design skills, not being confident, let's just say that. And I showed it to them, and they were like, "Oh, this is brilliant!" Like they were showing people around. They're like, "Look at this!" Like they were like, "This is what you've done is brilliant." It was like assets for like LinkedIn and socials and stuff like this, and for the website. And like they were just blown away. They're like, "Oh my god, look at that! Yeah, that is great." And then the owner of it saw it. It was like, "Wow." And it's like, "Yeah, you're gonna, yeah, we're happy to have you." And even in my 1 week feedback, my manager, who's my initial manager, is a woman. My line manager, sorry, is a woman. Was saying to me like having me here has kind of shown to them why they didn't do this sooner. Do you know what I mean? And that's, for me, that's the greatest feedback I can get at this moment in time. Now, listen, I know it's early days. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only 1 week. Hey, the next week it could be a whole madness. I'll be saying like on the next stream, but I'm just happy that I took the leap, and I changed, to a new role and things like this. And it just shows you that you shouldn't be scared to take a chance. Now listen, I'm scared. I'm scared of like change and doing something new. I get the fear just like everyone else. What I try to do is do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I try to do it anyway. Let me just read this comment for Will D. Oh, so Will D says, I had a similar experience manager like yours who was intimidating to be around and was always complaining about things and needed someone to moan about. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was like my manager. That was like my manager. And it just made me, it's just not, how can you breed the right working culture in that kind of environment? Do you know what I mean? How can you get people to go beyond? Instead, you're getting people to dust off their CV and apply on LinkedIn, Monster, Indeed, Total Jobs. You know the names. That's what you're getting people doing. You're getting people contacting you, say they got a dentist appointment when they really have got an interview, a second stage interview. That's what you're having. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting with that kind of level of management. Now one, oh yeah, I got a dentist appointment at 2. But then you go online and you got like a shirt and tie and everything, like, oh, you dress smart. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you stop that. So to any managers or potential managers or future managers, I plan on being a manager. So but I think I'll be all right with this side of things because I've had it so many times. I believe I know how to treat people. Listen, you've got to have some sort of firmness about you where it's like, you obviously can't take the mickey. You can't be coming in late all the time and just allow that. But at the same time, you've got to breed a work culture, a work environment where, like this guy, this owner, he's bantering with people, they're having a laugh, they're having, like, it's fun. But then when you got to get to work, you get down to work. And that's what I like. I like it. When it's time, when it's deadlines, get down to deadlines. When the deadlines are out, we're joking. I was here, so what your daughter's doing at GCSEs? Yeah, but I think she might have flopped it. Why are you saying that? Like, these are kind of the discussions I'm having with my line manager because she's got a daughter. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. The reason why I'm happy there's men at this workplace and women who are mothers. One, because men you can get along with and stuff like that. I can, got something in common with. Women with children. I tend to find the women with children, not all the time, but for the most part, I'm tending to find they're much more empathetic to your plight, empathetic to people need to, they can't come in because you've got your kid's sick or you've got an issue with the babysitter or something like that. They just seem more human. I've noticed that the ones that have kids, because I think I think it is what it is, right? If they know there's something more important than their work career, and it's having this child. And I think that's what makes someone a good person as well as a good manager. That helps to know there's something more important. Like life is more important. Your children, your family is more important. It always will be. I find that people that just their work is a more important thing and they come in early, leave, those kind of, I find them harder to work for or work with. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, let's see. Uh, Dickus Maximus, that's how you say your name. If it's a new job in graphic, it's not a new job. Yeah, yeah. I hear what you're saying because you're doing the same kind of thing, man. You're doing the same kind of. You're just working for new people, but you're doing the same stuff. You know. And Spice, you're such a genuine person. Wish you all the best in your new role. Don't let the old job knock your confidence. Thank you, thank you. But it did knock my confidence. I'd be lying if I said it did. It didn't. It did. I'm always. Well, I try to be on these streams. I may not be much, but what I want to be is honest. It knocked my confidence, man. It made me not believe I was the person who designed for all these brands, like the Sony, like the Disney, like the Warner Brothers, like the Currys, like the Argos, like the Independent, not the Independent, the Evening Standard, like the Guardian, like the trailers for Maleficent 2, video trailers. I did this stuff. I worked, stands and artwork and stuff for facades for Boss Baby Premiere I did big things, man. Microsoft launches, but then my last job had me feeling like I'm some volunteer designer who's 19 and doesn't have a clue. It just really made me feel small, man. It crushed me. It really crushed me. It didn't crush me as much as what happened to me before. And but it did. It knocked me. No, all right. You know what? Let me not say crushed. It knocked my confidence. Let me put it that way. It didn't crush me. I had a job that crushed me before. This one knocked my confidence. And now I just feel, and you know what? It wasn't just me because my colleague who helped me get this job, he said the same thing. He works in a different department, but he works in my department, but different role. But he was saying it took him a while to do his confidence. He was made redundant from our last job because we were in the same job together when I just left. He was made redundant. I left on my own terms. He was made redundant. And he was doing things outside of work. And he couldn't even do those things because he was looking for a job, but he was so crushed and not getting a job, worries, financial difficulties actually made him ill, he was saying. That's the kind of effect it can have on you, man, which I can't stand this hold these jobs have on you. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't stand it when it's like there's bigger things. Like, listen, just talking aside, I've received a blimmin' speeding ticket, right? Coming back, so the holiday was great, but received a speeding ticket, right? I went 61 miles over a 50-mile road. Now I've already done my speed. I already went over a 20-mile-an-hour road. I went like 25 or 26 or something. So I had to do one of those driving courses. So now I'm screwed, innit? Because I think once you've done a driving course, I think now I'm going to get a fine of like, I don't know, 300 or whatever. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm screwed. Now, I could worry about that. I could think, oh man, how's that going to affect me financially? I want to do these things, but I'm going to have to pay that. I'm going to have to get back to them. I'm going to have 3 points on my license. I'm going to have 3 points on my license. So, the fine, the money, all that stuff. I could think about that. Or I actually just remembered it now. What's the point? What is the point of worrying? It ain't going to change. The points ain't going to come off. They ain't going to magically evaporate. It's done. What I'm really trying to do with my brain and really trying to tell myself are these things that happen, there's nothing you can do about them. I'm happy with this job, but I really don't want to be going to a job. I just love to stay home, but it is what it is. But I have to face reality and not worry about it, not spend the day before, the night before crying or worrying or whatever. You just got to face up to these things, man. Do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. Let me see. Well, the manager worked for a company for decades. That manager worked for the company for decades, and she wasn't married with no kids. So she focused all her energy in work and expected everyone else to work unnecessarily long hours. My one was married, and she had She did have a kid, but he was an older kid, so I think she forgot about it and she was just fixated on her work. It wasn't like a young, like, going into school or anything like that. So yeah. Um, what's that? I got banned from driving for doing 71 in a 70. Wow, really? Women running driving awareness course had 9 kids and let me off. All right. All right. Okay. Nice. Well, I hope I get that same luck, man. Let me see what OE's saying. My old manager couldn't even look people in the eye at team meetings and would walk away as he said something. Great guy, but how he became manager, I do not know. Yeah, they just think they need to stop this because you know the brand inside out. You're fit to be a manager. That's not the case, man. That's not the face. That's not the case. When I get fines, I pretend I can't afford it, and I make them go to the efforts of coming up with a payment plan, which I then reject, and I do this for a few months. They are pay it, waste their time. Yeah, but I don't think you could do a payment plan with the speeding ticket. It doesn't matter. Listen, I'll sort that out, but I'm not worrying about that now. I'm not letting that. I'm not gonna let that ruin my bank holiday weekend. I've just had a successful week, in my new job, new beginnings. I've got a bald head now. I've cut all my hair off, and I'm not hating it. It's different, but I'm not hating it. I've done this new. I'm eating fish now, and it's actually my insides feel a lot better. My insides were killing me. You know, I feel like I've done well on my diet. 'Cause I'm going on a diet sort of thing. So I'm not eating a lot of junk. I'm not drinking. We did have drinks. They were obviously going to have like drinks after the celebration and stuff. And you can't always. A word of advice: if you don't drink, yeah, this is a word of advice I'd give to people, right? Even if you don't drink, always go to like work drinks once. Even if it's not all the time, at least go once in a while. Because when we were like that work drink that I went to, they were saying, "Where's I can't remember." They say Susan. Where's Susan? And she always runs off. She never comes to these. Oh man! And then I think she went out the back, sort of thing. And this is the owner being aware of that kind of stuff. So I just think it works in great stead. Plus, you can kind of create banter. If it's a new job, you kind of create rapport, banter, get a feel for what you're like at a workplace, and let you know what I mean. It just makes it for a happier place to be around. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to all the work drinks, but I would definitely recommend going to the first one that you're invited to. If you don't drink, just take a blimmin' non-alcoholic beverage. A lot of people are doing that, but just go anyway. That's what I would definitely suggest. Um, yeah. Hey man, this is Maximus is trying to really help me out with this payment plan thing. Tell them you can only afford 10 quid a month, and when they set it up, say now it's 5 a month, and then at the end pay it in full. I try to string them along for a while. Yeah, but this is from the police, man. This Essex police and that. You get me? Like, I mean, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. Might have to ask. Yeah, I might have to ask a few people and do my research on that. Because if that is true, that may have to be revisited. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to Decius with the great idea, man. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, man. What I would say is, yeah, it's been successful, but don't be scared to leave your job as well. Don't be scared, man. Don't be scared to go into new surroundings. Don't be scared of change because I find change is scary. And I've just really settled on it and I've really made peace that I'm never going to get over my fears. And my fears may go up, man. I thought when I get older, I'll be like I'll be cool, man. It'll be fine. I ain't got to worry about it. I'll be more chilled out when I'm older. I won't give a damn. I give a damn. I'm going to be honest with you. I give a lot of a damn, more than I did before, even. So it's even worse. But at the same time, man, at the same time, just do it anyway. That's my motto. That's what I try and do. I do things fearfully now. Do you know what I'm saying? I do things fearfully. And I find it like a lot of good things go your way. There may be things that don't work out, But I feel that the fear is usually greater than the result for the most part. For the most part, you know what I'm saying? I usually find that, man. So yes, man, 84. Yeah, yeah. Like up the video. Yeah, man. Leave a like, man. You know, come on, be polite. Leave a like. Do you know what I'm saying? You come in if you're enjoying what you're hearing. Leave a thumbs up. If you don't like it, leave a thumbs down. Can you leave a thumbs down now? I don't even know if they've changed it on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, but I can't remember how it is. Can you leave thumbs down? Anyway, just leave something. Do you know what I'm saying, man? If you enjoy it, you know. Because yeah, I had a break for a bit, but I want to do these again every week like I used to. Do you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, I find it's therapy, and you get a lot out of me more than actually tell people that my own family, because I'm just free to talk and express. So I have to talk about things. It's like going counselling. I've never, well, one time I've done counselling was marriage counselling, which was actual disaster. I'll never do it again. My ex-wife was crying. The counsellor had tears in her eyes, and I was there thinking, okay, so you're putting the blame on me. That's for another video. But yeah, never done the counselling. So this is like my counselling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. The I try now. I used to do this thing where Sundays would be like morning. It'd be like I'll be literally I might as well just wear black, because I'll be like mourning the weekend. I'll be like, oh, well, the weekend's gone now. You know, oh my god, like, you know, it's over, work again. Oh man, you know. I've tried not to do that and try to enjoy it like it's a Saturday. May I would be more aware of going to bed and stuff, and I like to get my bags packed and things. So I put my MacBook in my bag. I put my, you know, I put all my water bottle and stuff. I make sure my lunch is kind of like ready and stuff like that. You know, make sure my mouse and all my chargers and stuff. I get everything ready, and I get my clothes pre-ironed. But at the same time, I try and enjoy the Sunday like it's like my birthdays. I used to hate birthdays, but I realized, well, I'm not beating this. Do you know what I'm saying? So why as well embrace it, and that's what I think we got to do. We got to embrace this a bit more. Embrace life as it is. So yeah, man. Uh, that's it. You know. Let me see. Let me go back into the comments again, and we will round up soon. If you take 4 years off, you'll be in the same position in 2029 as you would have if you worked hard. Wait. I need to read. Wait. Let me read the one before. If you don't have a house and a family, take a break for 4 years. Listen, this whole house thing, man. We was actually talking about this the other day. Like, I don't think I will be a house owner in the near future, and I'm fine with that. A lot of my mom and all the people that, you know, the Caribbean thing, you know, everyone's Caribbean knows how they used to say it, like, you need to get yourself a house, you need to buy, you need to go on the property ladder, you need to make sure you get a mortgage and get a house and all that kind of stuff. I always would get told that when I was a kid. I'm sure a lot of people got told that. To be honest with you, that's not my goal. Like, yeah, I love to get a house, but I did own a house for one time with my ex, and it was the worst thing ever. We owned this flat, 1 bedroom flat. Our next door neighbor was renting that bedroom, that 1 bedroom apartment, and he was going on holidays with his daughter. We didn't have a daughter. He was going out going parties, doing this, doing that, going all these kind of things. We were scrimping and scraping, budgeting from month to month, thinking, "Oh my god, how is he doing this?" Every time there was a leak or some damage, we had to sort it out. It ain't that you can't go to the council, like, do you know what I'm saying? So, like this place where we live, we don't own this, but and I know you're paying more money to the man, you know, you're renting. I get that, but there's other things I want to do, man. Like I'm really trying to start a business here. Well, I've started a business. I'm trying to grow the business, so I'm really trying to do that. So that's my main sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. It's not. You need to get on a property ladder. Some of my friends tell me this, and listen, that's all right for some people, and I get that. But I believe times have changed. We lived in a world where one person, back in the day, one person could literally afford, if they had a good job, to buy a property. We are no longer in those days. You need to have two people, and then it's a struggle. Then you probably have to live outside or the outskirts of London to get a decent property. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really about like being a homeowner. It's not for me. Maybe this is for a lot of people. I just don't. And plus, I don't want to be stuck to a property as well. I want to have the option. Like, I'll be honest. going to, and I'll talk about it more in another time, but going to Europe, like if I could master the lingo, I would seriously consider moving there. I know, yeah, I'm like lit practically. There's a couple black people, but I'm literally the only black person there. Definitely the only black person in Bosnia. I was looked at like a superstar, man. It was crazy. But um, if I can get the language down, just the way, just the cost of living alone, the roads are clean. Sorry. I'll get into that in another stream. Actually, I'll say that for another stream, but I think that's interesting debate there. But yeah, the stuff like yeah, I don't want to be stuck anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, OE people need to jump on the bandwagon of converting vans to be somewhat livable if they can afford to do this. Yeah, man. Yeah, like the nomad kind of thing. Like a lot of people do this in America. You know, they stay in cars and houses and stuff like that. And they live in these things. And like, listen, my situation's different now. I've got a family. I've got a kid and a missus. Like, but I before them, I was looking at them things like with a little side eye, like looking like, yo, you know, boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was